Today we are at Kilgore Trouts. It's a music store, a record store. They have some used games in there, just a little section here and there. So let's go take a look and see what they have. So this store is actually tucked away in the heart of Myrtle Beach, and figured I'd come in and just kind of show you. They have all kinds of music and records and all that, which is obviously their biggest selling point. But they do have a video game section, used games, and I'll show you those here in just a minute. A lot of times people forget that these, music and media stores also have games. Sometimes it's a small section, but still it's someplace to kind of take a look if you're out hunting. You want to see what they have. You never know. They might have something that you couldn't find anywhere else, or something you're looking for. This store's packed pretty well with all kinds of music-based things. Over in the corner they have this glass case, has a various odds and ends like a Game Genie and these Nintendo NES games, some Game Boy games, Super Nintendo, Atari, Genesis. But they also have this section of brand new games still in the wrappers for pretty cheap, like Final Fantasy 15 Royal for 18 bucks. That's pretty good. Darksiders 2, $8. Back to the main section, they have a bunch of Wii games. I don't own a Wii, but I figured I'd, still show you kind of what they have today, at least. Over here we have the Xbox 360 and Xbox section kind of mixed together. But you'll see the prices here are actually really low for the used games. Most of the time it's like, $8, $6, even $3, depending on the game. And he says that their inventory does, rotate pretty frequently. They do get new games in weekly and daily and stuff. So, it's worth probably swinging by every once in a while, seeing what they have. Over here we have some loose Sega Genesis games and some Atari games. Kind of a little bit of everything over here, which is pretty cool. It's just like, you never know what you're gonna find, so. Here's a shelf of PlayStation 1 games. Let me know if anything stands out to you guys. I'm not currently collecting for PlayStation 1, but always take a look just to see if something pops out. You never know when you're gonna find that, rare item that goes for a lot on the internet that someone's selling for, $3-4 someplace like this. A few more Atari games. More Genesis games. And look at this, they have Skate or Die for the Commodore 64. That's a shout out right there to my buddy Zach. We used to play that game all the time. He was my next door neighbor when I lived in New York. We played on the NES all the time. It's pretty cool. They have some Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, PC games, kind of miscellaneous. Here's another shelf, some Xbox One games, Xbox 360, Skylanders, PS4. It's kind of miscellaneous area where, odds and ends kind of get put, but all kinds of cool stuff. Witcher 3. There's some GameCube. Some more Super Nintendo loose cartridges. Try to get a little better look there for you guys. Here's another kind of miscellaneous section. PS3 games, Sega CD, that's cool. And then some PS4 games. You got Tales of Cestia right there, $15. Batman Arkham Knight, $8. Then we move along to the, boxed computer games. Some goodies in here. There's a Saboteur. Just picked that up the other day. There's some Intellivision. That's cool. Atari, boxed Intellivision. And here's some boxed Sega Genesis. Pretty neat. They have these Leapfrog Leapster games too. I don't know who has that, but I'm sure someone out there has it. Some PSP. Haven't been seeing a whole lot of PSP lately, so that's cool to see a little section of PSP games. Some more PC games here. They really do have a good mix of stuff. There's some Nintendo 3DS game. Some more DS games over here. And then we move on to the PlayStation. So PlayStation 3 games. You'll notice there's actually a lot of the music, rock bands, stuff like that in here, which kind of makes sense. Probably a lot of people come here to sell that stuff. Obviously there's always sports games mixed in and shooters. I didn't flip too much through these. I did look through more after I got off the video, but they were so stacked here that it was going to be hard to do with the camera in my hand, so I kind of looked through them afterwards. But just like the Xbox section, the PS2 and PS3 games are, pretty cheap. So while I was at Kilgore Trouts, I did find a Jrpg that I didn't already have. There were, a couple in there in their game section, and the one I found was Record of Agarest War 0, which is the prequel to the original one. They had this for only $9, so. The original Record of Agarest War was released in North America in 2007. However, this one, which is the prequel but came later, was released in Japan in 2009 and North America in 2011. It was developed by Idea Factory, who's the developers behind games such as like the Hyperdimension Neptunia games and Mutagen Soul Z. It was published in North America by Axis Games, who also published Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters, Exit Archive, Tokyo Xanadu, etc. This game is a strategy RPG and uses that battle system, where the various characters have their own move sets. The characters can also chain together special combo moves with each other based on their position relative to each other. During battle, SP is generated and it can be used to release special attacks, as you see in many different RPG style games. What I find really interesting in both of these Record of Agarest War games is the Soul Breed system, which is basically the dating element sim of the game. However, with this Soul Breed system, you'll play through various generations as you wed a wife, have a child, and then the child becomes your next main character. This child will also inherit abilities and stats from the two parents. In Record of Agarest War 0, there are a total of 15 playable characters between the various generations, including the various heroines you meet. Now, there were a few elements that were added to this prequel that did not appear in the first game. Such are the Feel Link system, the Free Intention system, and the Extra mode. What the Feel Link system does is it changes the costumes and dialogue of the various heroines depending on the relationship level. The Free Intention system is where the player can build a relationship with the heroines, which can lead to new items and more. And then there is Extra mode, which will only appear if you have clear data from completing the first game saved on your system, and then have made some progress within this game, which will then unlock the Door of the Future. Using this door, you can access many things from the first game, including characters and maps, as well as additional playable characters that can be downloaded from the PS Store. Overall, Record of Agarest War 0 did have pretty decent reviews. It was above average, so good reviews. So if you're a fan of strategy RPGs or strategy JRPGs, whatever, you'll probably have fun with this game. Overall, I'm intrigued with the soul breed system. It sounds like it'll be pretty fun. I think I've heard of a few other games who have done something similar like that. I can't think of one that was a strategy RPG game, off the top of my head at least. There might be some, but it sounds like it'd be fun to play. So I'm gonna give it a shot. So as usual, let me know if you have any comments about the game. If you want to talk about anything, you want to give me a heads up. If there's anything you want to see in the future, if you prefer these kind of videos or other videos, just let me know. So as always, peace, love, and cheese.